Welcome to Untitled TV with the brand new Archos 53 Platinum, and we also have the 50 Platinum here. So this is a test for both of the devices since they have the exact same hardware inside. I already told you that actually in the unboxing, but not exactly exact since we have a 5.3-inch screen here and just a 5-inch screen there, but they have the same resolution, so it's totally fair to say we have the same hardware inside since it's the same processor, same RAM, same amount of space, and everything is really the same except for the look and the display size, even though both have the same resolution. So we will just do the full review here with the big 53 version, which is the 5.3-inch version, and we have all kinds of things here installed, so we can show you around a little bit on the device. But first let's check out actually what I'm telling you with the technical details. So we have here, you can see here, a quad band device which has a 3G in the 900 and 2100 MHz spectrum, IPS technology display, quad core, 1.2 GHz processor, 1 GB of RAM, external extendable memory which has about 2 gigs that you can use from the 4, since there's of course Android installed. They have 8 megapixel, 2 megapixel camera, Bluetooth 3, micro SD, FM radio, 8 GPS, and so on and so on. This is just crazy how much hardware we can pack into a 280 euro device or a 230 euro device. The smaller one is of course cheaper, since the screen is, I guess, a little bit cheaper. But let's just check out the big one, since I think it's a little bit nicer to illustrate. You can see here I have one SIM card installed. It's a dual SIM device actually, so that's actually again one Pro compared to the Samsung Galaxy S4 or Sony Xperia ZL, which we'll also compare at the end, which are both full HD 5-inch devices. With about double the price than this nice little Archos. So you can see here we have the microphone on the bottom. We have 3 touch buttons here for Android. I can press from, for example, the home button for a long while, and then we will get right away to Google Now. But of course, when I press it twice, we will get here to the last opened apps, which I can just close to show you how fast the apps are also opening up when we are using them. So you can see we have a few extra apps installed, for example Jetpack, Joyride, MX Player and Chrome. Chrome is not that interesting I think right now. Let's just start off with the gallery and some pictures I took with other devices, but it's nice to illustrate how fast you can actually use this device in rotation and with 5 megapixel plus pictures. I think these are maybe even 8 megapixel pictures. Here this is one with the shot with the Lumia 920, where you can see here just zooming in, everything is quite sharp still, even though we just have the 960 times 540 pixel resolution. Here in New York we can see the flags and so on and so on. You can see everything is quite smoothly happening here and fast, and it's really a pleasure to use. If we go into MX Video Player, we can show you also that we have some trailers here, for example. So you can see that we can play easily 720p videos. This is an old Transformer 2 trailer here. Everything really smooth and fast. So let's just try a regular music video. This is Gangnam Style. Of course, that's not the latest song by Psy, but let's go on with a Despicable Me trailer. Now here we have full HD, and I already tried this and it's not perfect, especially when we leave it to the hardware acceleration mode. You can see it's stuttering a little bit, but the sound is actually in the right spot. But you can see it's lagging quite strong. There's nothing happening on the picture right now, but when I switch it to hardware mode, software mode, you can see the picture is now smooth. Everything is fine, but the sound is a little bit late, which is kind of sad. But I mean, full HD movies on a 4 gig or 2 gig space wouldn't make sense at all anyway, since full HD movie is about 4 to 10 gigabytes, and you would need to use a 64 gig micro SD to make that happen, and that doesn't even make sense on the screen, and there's no HDMI out anyway. So to make an even more stupid attempt to play HD videos, they have a 4K video here. There's Elysium trailer, brand new Matt Damon movie. You can see it even plays that one, but of course quite slow, and there is a lot of lag going on, but it's really just so sharp, it's crazy. But you can see it's struggling, so yeah, let's just stop that. And we can just show you now 2 videos that we shot with the camera in 720p, that's the maximum the camera can shoot. And one thing is interesting, we can only shoot in 3GP data form, and you cannot change that actually. So let's just see what I shot here at the basketball court, where of course people are also playing soccer. So this is my sample video. I uploaded that actually also to YouTube, so you can check it out in the full resolution there. Looks quite okay, but it's not the best quality, and the focus is actually a little bit slow. Same thing actually for the 7-inch one, so you can just check that out also on YouTube in the N-Devil TV channel. So let's just skip, and I of course try also always how everything is happening in light and darker areas. For example, a club. You can see here it's quite dark, but actually the picture is also slow. The sound is okay, but the picture is just really slow. And I don't know why. If I go a little bit further forward, I will have a shot here at the display, where the picture is again fine, but otherwise, I mean from the speed fine, but otherwise it's actually getting kind of slow, like it would be hard for the device to render in bad conditions, even though the quality wouldn't be that bad actually if the focus would be also nice. So it's not the perfect device for low light video shots, but shooting pictures is actually totally fine, since we have here a flashlight or flash. So the 2-megapixel front camera really quite sharp and beautiful, except for the colors are not perfect, but the same thing is happening actually on the back. When I wanted to switch to the back camera actually, not to video mode. Let's just switch here, where you can see here that it's also really fast. The colors are fine, but a little bit washed out, I would say. But you can also see here that the IPS display is quite nicely viewable from all angles. Actually, it's not that greatly to see here from outdoors actually, since the display is glaring a lot, but actually I can tell you that you can really see the display quite nicely. So there's actually a full package, which is quite great. Let's just play some music to show you again how good the speakers are. Let's just shuffle here. Maybe not a German song. American Idiot. Just blow up the volume here. It's totally loud, even though you only have some speakers here on the bottom. You can of course hold that down also, so if the phone is ringing, you can, and you don't want it to ring, you can just shortly like avoid any trouble. But otherwise, this is quite good in sound quality and in sound volume. So if you just want to use this phone to I wanted to pause. So if you just want to use this device for playing outdoors, it's also actually quite fine. So how does dual SIM work? I haven't shown you yet. Since we have a dual SIM here inside, I got, for example, a SIM or a SMS message, a text message here from a company which says card 1, sponsored serve, blah blah blah. I got a message, and I can just write an answer here, anything, and I can just send with 1 or send with 2. It's in German right now, but I can switch to English of course. I was just too lazy before, so I can send from the first card or the second card here, which is quite nice. And I actually can show you here when we go into the settings, which I actually don't know why it's in German. I think I switched it. Let me just switch really quickly here to English. And there we go. Where you can actually check out here the dual SIM settings, and then you can see I'm on the O2 network right now, and I could have another network here on card 2, but I don't have a card 2 actually inside right now, and I can just go here to the mobile settings and so on. You cannot change the names of the cards, which is kind of sad, but I mean, you just have to remember which card is which, and then you should be out of trouble. So let's just play a little bit, and while that is loading, actually I can't even show you anything since it's loading quite quickly and you don't have to wait that long with the quad-core processor and the 1 gig of RAM here. I just have to touch anywhere, and then you can just start playing here my one of my favorite games still, even though it's getting boring. I think I have been playing this for a whole year now, but yeah, you can see it's happening quite nicely. There's no lags. I just died since why not? We don't want to play too long, but it looks actually everything on the device quite nicely, and there is nothing bad to say about this device except for this NFC missing. There's no wireless charging, and of course cases for a cheaper device like this, which is not a premium device, is also kind of hard to get since it's not a mainstream device on the market. But who needs a mainstream device when you can have 2 SIM cards, a micro SD card reader here, and a 2800 milliamp battery? That's just huge. You can see here again the speaker, camera, and LED flash. On the outside, let me show you, we have a micro USB here, headphone, volume control. On the bottom there's nothing, and on the other side we have the on and off switch, and you remember the microphone was right here, and there's of course some light sensors on top. Now the 5-inch model, actually exactly the same thing, volume regulators on the left, on and off switch on the right, microphone on the front, and the micro USB and headphone on the top. On the back, same camera, same flash, same everything, and same resolution display. And if we open up the device, which is a little bit harder on this one since it's a pre-production and I always have trouble opening this up, but here you go. You can see that we have again here 2 SIM card readers, micro SD, and a 2000 milliamp battery in here. So that's one drawback here. For 50 bucks less, you will get 800 milliamps, or 1/3 less battery life than with the 5.3-inch version. Even though they're not that much different in size, you can just put both of them next to each other and you can see that's about half a centimeter, or about, I don't know the English size, but not that much smaller actually. And if you put them on front of each other, you can see here again to the right also not that much of the difference. But when we have here a full HD 5-inch model from Samsung, for example, you can see it clearly the difference. Again, it's smaller even though the display size is the same, but of course double the price. And then we have a Sony device here also, the ZL, which is about the same in size as the Samsung. So you can see that we have quite a similar problem. And let me just do this here with the 5.3-inch. There is of course a tremendous difference here in size, but again the price is half on the Archos, so for a lot of people that will be quite nice, especially since it has dual SIM. I think that's a big bonus, and a lot of people would drive the dual SIM to buying one of these Archos devices. And actually in thickness, I can just show you again here that there is actually no difference at all, I would say almost, when we compare any of these smartphones. So thank you much for watching. This was the full review of the Archos 53 Platinum, and actually even the 50 Platinum, since exactly the same hardware. I can just show you again here on the back. You can compare, it's really exactly the same except for the display size. So thank you much for watching. Till next time, my name is Balázs Gál, and I hope you enjoyed our test here on Untitled TV, and will subscribe for more videos like this.